Listen up, everyone, because men don't bond the way you think they do. And that's why you keep getting hurt. I'm going to tell you exactly why it sucks when men don't bond with you, and how to fix it. You think emotional connection happens through deep conversations and vulnerability, right? But for men, no, my friends. It's completely different. And if you don't get this, you'll keep wondering why he's not as attached as you are. So, let's talk about why it sucks when men don't bond, and what you can actually do about it. Before we dive in, make sure you stay to the end, because I will also show you a quick little tip on how to be irresistible for him to help the bonding process, so it doesn't suck so much. Anyways, I spent years trying to create emotional bonds with men, the way I would with my girlfriends. Through talking, sharing feelings, being vulnerable, and, let's be honest, sending them TikToks at 2 a.m. And it never worked. They'd pull away, act distant, or just not reciprocate. I thought maybe I was too much or not enough. Or maybe I just needed to find a guy who liked astrology memes. But then I learned how men actually bond, and everything made sense. The problem wasn't me being too much, it was me speaking the wrong emotional language. So, here's why it absolutely sucks when men don't bond, and why it keeps happening to you. First, you're bonding and he's just there. You're over here catching feelings, planning futures, getting attached, and he's treating you like his favourite Netflix show. Entertaining, but he can pause you anytime and pick up where he left off later. You're pouring your heart out, and he's responding like you just told him the weather forecast. Oh, you're feeling anxious about our relationship. That's crazy. Did you see the game last night? And the worst part? You start thinking you're doing something wrong. Like maybe if you were cooler, funnier, more mysterious, he'd finally connect. Girl, no. You can't perform your way into someone's heart. This isn't America's Got Talent emotional edition. Here's what happens when you're with a man who doesn't bond. You become his emotional support system, but he's not yours. You're the one initiating deep conversations. You're the one checking in on his feelings. You're the one trying to create intimacy. It's like being in a relationship where you're both the girlfriend and the therapist, but he's just the guy who shows up. You ever notice how you're the one who remembers his mum's birthday, his dog's name, and his favourite pizza topping? But he can't remember if you're allergic to shellfish or just don't like the texture. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can we be honest for a second? When a man doesn't bond, you start celebrating the bare minimum like it's a national holiday. He remembers your middle name. Wow, connection! He asks how your day was without you bringing it up first. He must be opening up. He sends you a meme that's not about sports. Soulmate, bestie, you're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person. You deserve someone who gives you the whole bakery, not just a few stale crumbs. Okay, so if talking him to death doesn't make him attach, what actually does? Here are 7 things men need to emotionally bond, and how to spot if it's happening. 1. He needs to feel safe being weak around you. And yes, I said weak. Not because he is, but because he can be. Most men were trained to hide emotion like it's contraband. If he can say, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, or I don't know what to do, and you don't minimise it, mock it, or fix it, just listen. That's the first crack in the armour. If he never shows you a crack, there's no bond forming. There's just a shiny helmet with vibes. 2. He needs you to respect his mission, not just his love. Every man is building something. A career, a dream, a weird garage gym. You don't have to worship it, but ask real questions like, what does success look like for you? How can I support you without getting in your way? If he feels like you get his why, he lets you into his who. If you guilt trip his ambition, he'll emotionally hide from you like you're his manager. 3. He needs consistency, even in chaos. Men test emotional safety through patterns. If you're warm on Monday and a volcano on Tuesday, he armours up. Consistency doesn't mean perfect or quiet. It means you don't use silence as punishment and you don't weaponise, we need to talk. If he can predict that you'll be fair even when you're mad, he'll risk being real. 4. He needs admiration, not neediness. Men don't fall for I can't live without you. They fall for I see your effort, your values, your growth, and I admire it. Neediness grabs attention for a minute. Admiration creates roots. Try this line. I noticed how you handled that. Calm and decisive. I respect that. Watch his soul reboots. 5. He needs to be allowed to protect you without being your saviour. Let him add value, but don't collapse into helplessness. Try, I've got this, but I'd love your help. That's interdependence, not damsel energy. He feels wanted, not used. You stay strong, not performatively fragile. 6. He needs his silence understood. Not every quiet patch is a red flag. Sometimes his brain is buffering. If you can sit in that space without interrogating him or taking it personally, it signals maturity. If quiet is always punishment or panic, he'll keep his inner world off limits. 7. He needs you to be bonded to yourself first. Men attach to women who are already attached to their own values, boundaries and feelings. If you abandon yourself to keep him, he won't bond, he'll lean. Big difference. Self-respect is the rarest aphrodisiac. Now, here's the plot twist no one tells you. You can't manufacture these 7 things for a man who isn't ready. If he refuses vulnerability, if his mission is vibes, if he thrives on chaos, if admiration feels like poison to him, if silence is a wall, not a season, and if your self-love makes him compete with you instead of choose you, you're not in a bonding arc, you're in a situationship with props. So, what do you do with this? First, stop trying to outwork his readiness. You cannot love someone into emotional availability. I've tried, I had spreadsheets, it does not work. Second, filter early. On dates 1 to 3, ask mission questions, clock consistency, give small moments for soft honesty, and watch what he does with them. Not what he promises, but what he does. Third, admire effort, not potential. If he's growing, say it. If he's only promising, save your breath and your blush. Fourth, keep your centre. You can be warm and grounded at the same time. Peace is not boring, it's premium. Let's talk about the intimacy ceiling for a second. With men who won't bond, there's an invisible glass wall. You'll hit a certain level of closeness and then thunk. No matter how vulnerable you get, you can't break through. If every deep talk ends in a vibe check, a joke, or a nap, you're not stuck because you're not lovable. You're stuck because the ceiling is his. And if you've been breadcrumbed for so long you can't tell what a loaf looks like anymore, here are green light behaviours from bonded men. He initiates meaningful plans without prompting. He mirrors your consistency. He volunteers details about his inner world. He asks about yours and remembers. He repairs after conflict instead of disappearing. He protects your time, your peace, your name. Now, because I love you and I also love to pay our rent on time, here is quick shameless plug that actually helps your love life too. If you want to send a little love to someone who deserves it, or just want to treat yourself because, let's be honest, you are the main character, use the fresh flowers link in the description below. You'll brighten somebody's day and you'll help us pay our Wi-Fi bill, so I can keep roasting red flags and animating your emotional plot twists. Send flowers to your bestie, your mum, or that man you're testing for consistency. Just don't blame me if he thinks you're proposing. Support our little channel and make the world smell better, one bouquet at a time. Okay, now you have stayed to the end, so here's that quick tip to be irresistible to the right man. Without losing yourself, use the AMP micro moment. Admire, mission, pair, admire. Notice one specific effort and say it out loud. As soon as that problem came up, you stayed calm. I really respect that. Mission, ask one question that honours his why. What are you aiming for with this project? And what would make it a win for you? Pair, offer a tiny shared action that creates experience, not pressure. Coffee walk after your workout Thursday. My treat if you pick the route. 30 seconds. It hits admiration, mission respect, and shared experience. 3 of the strongest bonding levers, without being clingy, performative, or fake. If he's ready to bond, he'll lean in. If he's not, you'll know fast, and you'll keep your dignity too. Engagement time, my friends, drop a comment and tell me. Which of the 7 bonding needs is he missing most often? Is it safety to be weak? Respect for his mission? Consistency? Admiration? Protector energy without saviour complex? Silence that isn't scary? Or your own self-bonding? And if you've dated a man who actually bonds, describe what it looks like so the girlies can build their green flag radar. Bonus points for the funniest breadcrumb you've ever celebrated like a holiday. This has been Date or Detonate, where we stop making excuses for emotionally unavailable men and start demanding the connection we deserve. Make sure you hit subscribe because we post new videos every week.
Thanks for watching Date or